What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Mr. Perfect, the blogger. We got an interesting video today. A woman says she filed for divorce 30 days after her husband got fired and took her chance with one of his homies. Whew, crazy. Check this one out.
So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever, and I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just in a month, like it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back? This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money and his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills? Like, no, he should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had texted his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I texted his homeboy or whatever. We went together. We left. I met up with him. And we was chilling, we was drinking or whatever. And I started venting. Like I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend. But things happen. Things happen. Like, y'all don't understand what I'm going through. So, his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, babe, look, don't worry about it. Handle whatever you gotta handle. Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man. And, ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear me out and what I went through. Like, that's not okay. That's not cool. You made a promise to me and you broke that promise. How am I wrong if I told him who I was and he didn't stick to what he agreed to? Like, that's not love. If you love me, you gonna pay them bills. You gonna do what you told me you was gonna do as a man. All boy is a hut. All boy, he get money. He get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much. All these, like, everybody coming for me and stuff like that, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not.
Well, that was absolutely preposterous. There's that story that she just gave. I can't even believe it's real. You broke up with your husband. He filed for divorce because he got fired. First of all, there's an issue with this. If your man lost his job as your wife, you should have had his back, but instead you divorced him. What happened to sickness, health, and death do us part? What happened to that? Not only that, you went straight to his homie. Nah, honestly, that sounds like him and her might have had a little fling outside of the relationship because ain't no way that she should have just switched up to his homeboy. Like, why she even have the friend's number in the first place? So, to be honest with you, the husband, I feel he definitely dodged a bullet because ain't no way you should be talking to a woman with this type of mentality. When she first said, your money, my money is my money, and your money is our money, you should have been running full speed to a whole nother stratosphere because you got to get as far away from her as possible. Women like this will be the downfall of a good man. And this shouldn't even be as prevalent as it is in today's day and age. But to be honest with you, that this is what a lot of women think. So as a man, you have to man up. You gotta read the red flags and don't fall for any of this. Any man who's agreeing with what she's saying and say, "Oh yeah, she should have left because he not man enough." No, because everybody goes through their ups and downs in life, and you should not abandon them under any circumstances. Because if you truly love that person, truly love, you hear the key word, true love. True love is going to have you stick with them in their lowest points of their lives. So, like, these women got to do better, and as men, we have to do better too. Because when you really think about who's wrong in this situation, they're both wrong. She's wrong for having this mentality and leaving her man, and he's wrong because he chose her from the get go. He should have kept her in the streets. This is a bona fide street asphalt activity. Like, there's no way that this should even be prohibited in any man's life, especially a man who that's your husband. Come on, baby girl, you got to do better than this. But to be honest with you, it's really tough in today's day and age. And I definitely hope my son don't ever find a woman like this. And I pray that my daughter never becomes this type of woman. Cause to be honest with you, she sounds money hungry. I mean, I definitely understand bills and stuff, but when you're married and that man she's committed to, she has to stick by his side no matter what. If the man loses his job, you're supposed to help him find a new one, not bash him for not having one and going or messing with another man. That's his friend. Nah, that's insane to be honest. You literally supposed to pick up if he slips up. And I guess just some women are just that loyal, respectful, nor responsible because that is just completely just not what you're supposed to do. Let's actually hear this again. I'm gonna break down the parts that just don't sit well with me.
So he came home and he was like, babe, I lost my job. I'm like, all right, cool. So a month later, like the bills, it was time for the bills or whatever, and I'm like, the bills due, babe, or whatever. And he was like, okay, I'm not working. And I'm just in a month, like it's all kind of hustles. You could have been doing something or whatever. So I told him, I said, look, if I pay these bills, are you going to pay me the money back?
Okay, so I kind of get where she coming from, where she's saying like, "Oh, it's been 30 days and the bills is stacked up if you ain't got no job." Because as a man, if you get fired, 30 days go by, you should have another job. I'm sorry, it's you should have hustles. You should be doing what you got to do to make it happen. I'm not saying you got to do illegal stuff, but sometimes when stuff hits the fan, you got to, clock in. And we ain't talking about a 9 to 5. You got to clock in. So I get that he wasn't doing his part, and it comes off as lazy and irresponsible. Because as a man, if you married, you get fired 30 days down the line, you should have something. I'm not saying you should have a career, but you should have something. So that was where he was at fault on his end. Now, I think it was totally unacceptable for her to ask for the money back if she's going to pay the bills because she's been stacking her money and I'm pretty sure he's been paying all the bills. So now this is the first month where your husband can't afford some stuff. The last thing you should be doing is talking about paying me back. Because now at the end of the day, you're not my wife. You a bank. And a lot of people don't like banks because you know what banks do? They hold on to your money. They tell you how much you can withdraw out of it. They give you transaction fees. I didn't sign up to marry a bank. So if her name ain't Wells Fargo, then I don't expect to have to pay my wife back if she covers our bills.
This man had the nerve to tell me, why should I pay my wife back for paying our bills? I told this man from day one, my money is my money.
And then that's when he should have on day one left her because that type of mentality just isn't going to cope with today's day and age and today's economics because it's hard out here for everybody. It's just not hard out here for black men. It's hard out here for everybody. So you shouldn't have that mentality.
And his money is our money. Why should I spend my money paying the bills? Like, no, he should have paid me back.
No, that's crazy. It sounds crazy.
He should have paid me back. So that's when I decided, like, I can't be with this man no more. So I had text his homeboy. Like, we all cool. I text his homeboy or whatever. We went together. We left. I met up with him. And we was.
First of all, why you got the homeboy's number? Then you mean nut? Crazy. That's bona fide pigeon activity. You know what happens when you in a park and you got some bread and you throw all the bread up? What happens? Pigeons start coming. Are you a pigeon or you a human being?
We was chilling, we was drinking or whatever, and I started venting. Like I started getting emotional. One thing led to the next. I did not purposely mean to do what I did with his friend, but things happen. Things happen. Like, y'all understand what I'm going through.
No, things don't happen. That shows that the friend wasn't really his friend. Oh, dude needs to really just hit the friend up and ask for the head up, because that's head up activities. You go behind my back and mess with my wife, like, you probably been wanting her for the longest. So I need my head up, and I probably need my head up more than one time. I need my head up every time I see you, probably for the rest of my life, because you did some funky stuff with my wife.
So, his friend ended up giving me some money or whatever. And he was like, babe, look.
And he gave her some money and said, babe, bro, it sounds like friend about to be in the same predicament as the ex-husband, because if she gets with friend, he gotta understand, either friend is a trick or he's just trying to play his position to get in where he fit in. But he shouldn't even be trying to get in, because he don't fit in nowhere with that. One thing I don't do is I don't talk to none of my homeboys' ex-girls. Now if it was just somebody that he was smashing or messing with, yeah, I'll talk to. But not even talk to. I'm just going willy-nilly. But ex-wife or a girlfriend, bro, there's no part of the game that accepts that. So you a foul friend. Head up time. Every time I see you, head up.
Like, his friend was every single thing I desire in a man. Like, everything I desire in a man.
So that just sounds like, to be honest with you, she probably was eyeballing the friend the whole time in the relationship with her dude. And old dude didn't know that. Like, you have, us men, you guys have to be very, very smart. You have to see these red flags before they actually start, affecting your life, bro. Like, come on, man.
And ain't nobody trying to hear my side. Ain't nobody trying to hear me out and what I.
You ain't got no side. You have no side whatsoever. Your side is the side of the streets, the street side. That's the only side you should be worrying about, because you do not deserve to be married. You do not deserve to have a ring. You do not deserve to be in this man's life no more, because you got to hear how she sounds. She sounds nuts. NUTS.
I went through. Like, that's not okay. That's not cool. You made a promise to me and you broke that promise. How am I wrong if I told him who I was and he didn't stick to what he agreed to? Like, that's not love. If you
So what did you agree to when you got married? Till death do us part, through sickness, through health, through everything. Those are your vows that you took. So you say he did not fulfill what he said he was going to do because he lost his job. Now, as a man, you should not be going 30 whole days without no income. But man, like this is a very
love me, you gonna pay them bills. You gonna do what you told me you was gonna do as a man. All boy is a hut. All boy, he get money. He get money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much. All these, like, everybody coming for me and stuff like that, and it's not okay. It's not okay. It's not. Like,
no. What's not okay is being this type of woman and expecting that you are going to live a very happy life for the rest of your life with a husband that cares and provides for you, because it's just not going to happen. You got to change your mentality in order for you to keep a man. And the man that you were with, obviously, he was a sucker. That's why you acting like this. And that's why you going to have to rinse and repeat and do the whole thing over again. You probably going to end up with another sucker, because a guy got to be a sucker to deal with a woman who has this type of mentality. So, guys, be strong out here. Have some pride. Have some respect for yourself. It's not all about the women at the end of the day. It's a two-way street. Remember this as a man. And I don't care what men think in today's day and age. I don't care what women think in today's day and age, because everybody has an opinion all of a sudden. Everybody is relationship coach. Everybody tells and knows what everybody should be doing in this world in today's day and age. Everybody got a podcast. Look, even I got a podcast. See? But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, have some respect for yourself as well as the respect for your other partner. So when you listen to what she says, she sounds like she does not have no respect for him. She only has respect for herself. So as a man, make sure when you are in a relationship, it's a two-way street. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're going hard at doing, make sure she goes hard and reciprocates that same type of going hard for you. Now, if you paying all the bills and doing all of this and working hard and making sure she's straight, ask yourself, what is she doing for me? Now, if you can't answer that question and it's like, oh, she just sits up there and look pretty. Anybody can sit up there and look pretty. As a man, if you're an attractive man, a woman just doesn't get with you and say, "Oh, he don't got to do nothing because he's attractive or handsome." No, you men still have to provide. They still have to protect. They still have to have a job. They still have to make sure everything is going around. So at the end of the day, as a man has his role and a woman has her roles. And in today's society, we're kind of straying away from those roles, and all of these roles is getting topsy turvy, and women are being more masculine and independent, and men are being more fairy and sweet and sensitive and all that. It's like, yo, at the end of the day, let's just work together and build together. If one person's doing more than the other, leave, cut, catch your cut. And same thing with a woman. If woman, you going hard for your man, he's not providing, doing it, don't stay with him. We should not be subjected to mediocrity. So I don't care if you ugly and she fine, make sure it's a two-way street. I don't care if you're fat and she got a banging body, still a two-way street. So remember that. Whenever you're in a relationship, two-way street. If things aren't being reciprocated, cut. And don't be all up in your feelings and be like, oh, I don't have no women and she the only one. Okay, well, that's how you gonna get ran over. That's how you gonna get abused and misused and not respected. And if you're okay with that, then go on ahead, be okay with that. But if you want to have a happy, loving relationship, you have to have some respect for yourself and stay away from situations similar to this. That's all I got to say, man. Take care of yourself and let's love each other.